Anish, yesterday we talked about you getting the two blacks in between the two rest days. I imagine a point and a half a win against Ren, and today holding Wesley quite comfortably with black is a result to be happy with.
No, for sure, yeah. I probably couldn't have hoped for better, so really happy with that, yeah.
Let's talk about today's game. What did you think were some of the critical moments?
Well, he played slightly unusual way. I think dropping the bishop back to d2 in this position is not very common. But I knew that, black can give up this bishop, and even though it looks like white has maybe something small because of the bishop pair, I knew that the computer says no, so I was not too concerned at that point.
In terms of the tournament standings, not much has changed. Nordibek already drew his game, so status quo remains. Tomorrow rest day, the day after that is a big day. You'll get white against Nordibek. Your thoughts on that upcoming battle?
Yeah, Nordibek is really impressing so far, and particularly today, showing great experience by not playing very ambitiously. After yesterday, I think that was a very wise decision. Probably his very wise trainer has also recommended him that. So, yeah, a big challenge for me to overcome this team of very wise people, but I'll try.
Last night when Nordibek was playing the endgame, were you watching?
I always watch all the games, to be honest. Like generally, by now I sort of figured out what Wijk looks like. So I have explored various culinary attractions of this town, and sort of the main, highlight of my day, or the one thing that is different, is the games. So yeah, in the evening, as for our entertainment program is usually watching the games, the remaining games. So in that sense, Nordibek's game was good. I was very interesting. Like, I saw the eval swings of the engine, but it was always always a 50-50 situation there. I thought the wins were never easy. The draws were very hard too, and they kept making mistakes at the last moment, and even in the very end. I think the lines are really difficult. So yeah, it was a fun one to watch. I wasn't watching it too closely, but every now and then, yeah. Also, this delay is especially quite awful. I think I hope they'll find some other means of anti-cheating, because honestly, I don't know, like, somehow there is something about this human nature of watching the events live, and I don't know, this delay, it's a little lame somehow. Also, I don't know if it's true, but I feel I'm not sure if it's functioning very well in terms of the clock and the way the moves are transmitted, because sometimes it looks like the game is frozen and then it unfreezes. Maybe it's just because the classical chess looks like everything is frozen always, but in general. But I have a feeling that the tech is also not there. I'm really pretty sure there must be other means of anti-cheating that are sufficient. So I'm really not sure that's needed. But anyway, yeah, it was possible to watch the games.
Anish, let me mix it up for my final question. Let me not ask you about what your plans for the rest are, but
but I had, I was preparing for this. I have like the black was already, like, I was ready for Wesley. I knew that, okay, he's probably going to play Catalan, so I already looked at it before. But I was
what
preparing
are your plans for the rest?
No, I was bluffing. I don't have anything prepared.
Instead, I was going to ask you, you talked about the culinary delights of Wijk. So for all the people watching this interview, do you have any what's your favorite restaurant? Yeah.
Yeah, I think an important element for players is the speed of of delivery of the food, because usually when you go to restaurants, you're going for experience, so you pay sometimes money, which is more than what you would pay if you made everything at home, and then in return you expect the pleasure of being able to sit there. But when you play the tournament, you're paying for the comfort of getting the food quickly. So there are only a few restaurants that at this point understand the needs of the players. And I think the small Switzerland is called, is a big restaurant in the center of the town. Also the Italian is a big one, and the Sonnefunk, I think, is the quickest and the most available usually. And okay, whether most available is is plus or minus, I don't know, but it's always there for you in need. And I've tried and dabbled with various other places, but I have to say more often than not, the risk, is not has not been rewarded for the risk. More often than not, they are so they're not expecting so many players, and I think these three are the ones that they've been there, done that, and they know the January is a tough month and they're ready. And other places are usually a little understaffed and taking way too long. And I think that's not ideal when you have to prepare.
That's the only restaurant I go to in Wijk.
Which one?
The one I'm
Solefunk.
So Wesley is
Wesley, you have to slightly.
4 times now.
4 times.
You have to slightly. I think Wesley should slightly widen his repertoire of restaurants at least. Maybe his wide opening repertoire as well, but definitely the restaurants. Yeah, because I think only one is, even for my modest standards, is just way too little.
Every restaurant in Noorderbeek and Fabiano is there too with that.
In the Zonnebank. So Wesley is saying not only is it him, but Fabi.
No, Zonnebank is. I mean, all the places I mentioned, they're always full of players. It's like, players end up, scattered around these places.
Okay, I think this question has been answered.
Some TripAdvisor. If you need my expertise on hotels and Airbnbs in town, I can also give a lengthy review.
We'll get to
Probably
that.
the next rest day, yes.
Great. Anish, thank you so much. Enjoy rest day and
Thank you.
bon appétit.
Thank you.